everybody, and welcome back to Wunu, your weekly Universal news and updates, where after a week's break, like Jack, I am now back. However, this time, I'm gonna start doing my videos with twists to make it more fun, hopefully for you guys and for me to make. My twist this week is I'm gonna relate everything to food as much as I can, specifically Halloween Horror Nights food. However, if you want to see other twists, just comment which ones you'd like me to do, and I'll see if I can get them in. Starting us off, we're going to start in Universal Studios, Florida. Here, in Production Central, the opening ceremony will return on Wednesday, after stopping for the weekend. I don't really know why this happened, but it did, and the opening ceremony has now made its scary return. Over in Hollywood, Jack would go on Eddie's stage in Lights, Camera, Action, Eddie's Revenge, with his megaphone that he uses for the opening ceremony. I would also realize later that this is actually part of the Jack Attacks. This character goes around all of the scare zones and areas by Halloween Horror Nights stuff, and he talks to guests, which I think is really cool. Also, a new Wicked Divas Halloween Horror Night shirt with Lady Luck, Chance, the Bride of Frankenstein, the Storyteller, and Tara Curentas, which is a woman's cut, would become available in the Five and Dime, Tribute Store, and Carson City Walk. This is almost like the Poison Tea Party that is around everywhere in the parks, with having multiple drink stands, even some in City Walk. Also, the Williams of Hollywood Prop Shop would receive a new Halloween Horror Nights RIP tour, RIP, and skeleton bar signs, all that serve up amazing Halloween Horror Nights snacks last year and were probably part of why food booths are part of the event this year. Also, the ULAP Lounge would actually run out of Jack buttons, just like they can somehow run out of their amazing food. This is actually quite a big thing because I don't think there's any more at all, so you're not going to be able to get them until October. Also, the Five and Dime would receive new Bride of Frankenstein dresses and Loungefly Classic Monster cardigans. Just like the Bride of Frankenstein wedding cake, which looks amazing. It's very similarly themed. Also, San Francisco would receive a moving Crypt TV projection being projected on the exit of the Fast and the Furious. And in an overview shot of the Crypt TV scare zone, it would also be seen that multiple projections of the logo are placed on the Fast and the Furious building, being very colorful, just like the food booth that serves twisted taters for Beetlejuice. Also, in New York, new human victim scare actors will be placed in Seek and Destroy. This is just like some new tribute store treats in the same New York area I'm going to talk about in a second. Also, the Tribute Store, here we are, would receive a new, and this is part of a weekly magnet release, a magnet with the artwork featured on the Music of Halloween Horror Nights vinyl. These are going to come out every week with a new magnet, and they're all actually posted on a sign. Also, the Midnight Syndicate Final would become available in both the Tribute and online store on Tuesday. There's a limit of 3 per customers, and no discounts can be applied. And there was a line for these as soon as the park opened the day that it was announced. Also, as previously scheduled, Jose Pardo would be signing Halloween Horror Nights vinyls on Tuesday at the Five and Dime. The Tribute Store would also receive new Jack airbrush hats and Jack and Chucky retractable lanyards. Also, something I recently found out, the main stage of the controller can pull back its curtains to show torched bodies. Now, normally I'd be able to see this on opening day, but I actually missed it somehow. But it's just a cool little detail. Also, pizza fries are now available at Lily's, both at Halloween Horror Nights and in the normal day. This is massive, as these are a big Halloween Horror Nights snack. They have been around for tons of time, and they're very iconic for Halloween Horror Nights, and they're here. Also, the controller would not be present at Halloween Horror Nights on Friday, just like how for the opening week of Halloween Horror Nights, there were no pizza fries present until Lily brought them. Also, the Tribute Store would receive new coffin and candy corn brownies, and the gourmet ghost s'more. These were the things I was referencing earlier. Also, in Kids Zone, tons of more lighting across the park will be turned red. I have an example of it in Kids Zone, right by the beautiful Haunting of Hill House food booth that shares a similar-ish color scheme. Also, some roof work would be done on the old Dana Barney merchandise stand, just like the old repurposed food stands that are quite close, which is actually what the Hill House one is, if I'm correct. Also, inside the Quickie Mart, there was a new glow-in-the-dark Happy Hunting shirt with all of the people from The Simpsons in the main family from it. I cannot think their last name is The Simpsons. Also, the Duffman statue would be removed and be replaced with a new few Duff barrels. This is most likely for refurbishment with Chief Wiggum's car. Also, Dufftoberfest signs have been placed by the Duff Brewery in Springfield to advertise the seasonal beer. This is awesome, and it's very similar to the cool drinks that you can buy at the Halloween Horror Nights bars. Over in London, or actually in Diagon Alley, 2 new Dark Mark pins would become available in Borgin and Burke's. These are double Dark Mark pins that we have a lot of, just like the Hill House food booth, which is just a bunch of basic sandwiches. And at port of entry, Bend Their mugs will be restocked at Starbucks after being sold out for a few months. Now, Starbucks is actually a place that previously, for last year when Halloween Horror Nights was canceled, had a Remembering the Führer drink that they did not bring back, which I'm disappointed about, but that is kind of cool. Over in Islands at Marvel Superhero Island, it turns out the jersey that I had actually covered a few weeks ago was new, as it would be confirmed that 4 new jerseys, including a Spider-Man, Captain America with Legendary on the back, Iron Man with Invincible on the back, and Hulk with Incredible on the back would be placed in the City Walk stores, along with some other Marvel sections of stores around the parks. You know what this reminds me of? HHN bars, because they're everywhere. Also, a crane would be moved next to Doctor Doom's Fearfall towers, hinting that the top one would be put back on soon. Now, I have to tell you, the Fearfall Towers without their top is like a jacked up donut slider without the donuts. It just doesn't look correct. It's still functional as the type of thing it's supposed to be. Well, the slider is still a burger, and the Doom Drop is still a functional drop tower. It just doesn't feel right. Also, some work would be done with people on a crane in a basket to the top of the Freefall Towers, which it would later be seen that the mounting place of the caps would be changed, with a white coating on all 4 of the top corners, not just one. Also, in Seuss Landing, on the construction walls around the carousel, Seuss artworks and Pardon Our Dust signs would be placed. Also, a railing by the port of entry would be repainted. Over in Isla Nublar, the Dino Store would receive new Jurassic World crop hoodies, jogger pants, tropical mesh caps, and Mr. DNA long sleeve shirts. This is an abundance of brand new merchandise, just like some of the food stands that we would see open with an abundance of different kinds of brand new food. Also, in Hogsmeade, Death Eaters would return as walk-around characters in between nighttime shows of the newly returned Dark Arts Castle show that also restarted this week. And I would compare this to food in some way, but I don't want to do it any injustice. This is awesome. I love the show. I love the characters. It's just amazing. So back in City Walk, a Halloween Horror Nights Frankenstein reusable bag would come to the studio store, along with a Minions Loungefly backpack, keychains for all of the Harry Potter houses, a Noble Collection Hedwig plush, Butterbeer magnet, Hogwarts trunk keychain, and a light-up cauldron keychain. All of which are relatively expensive because it's Universal, just like the treats in the Tribute store. Also, the Cinnabon store would put up a Chucky display case under the area where it displays all of its pastries. The display also interacts with Cinnabons, with the dolls eating them, and boxes of them being featured in the display. Family pictures of the dolls are also taped on the back of the wall display. Also something odd, the Quiet Flight surf shop and a small outdoor stand would be walled off here in City Walk. Also, the online store would run out of stock and keep restocking the Midnight Syndicate Halloween Horror Nights album. This is a very popular thing, so if you want to get it, it's like $50, and you just got to get it as soon as they go back on sale. As for some general news, I'm going to go away from the food updates a little bit here. A new UOAP button that I believe has something to do with port of entry would be announced for October that says wanted for crimes of wanton mopery and gross filhawkery. Now, I normally would know what these are a reference to, but I honestly don't know this one. If you can tell me, please tell me in the comments section, but me and Ace have talked about it. I've talked about it with other people I know, and I don't know what it is. So let's see what we can do. Also, Udesign kiosks have new 30 years Apple Watch bands. And, as a big thing, mobile ordering has made a return, being featured at Burger Digs, Louie's, and many other restaurants. Most of these work by having a mobile order line that is separate from the normal line where you can scan the order and pick up your food. So you can now get your Halloween Horror Nights pizza fries from your phone. Also, ticket pricing for Rock the Universe would be announced, with a one-night Rock the Universe event ticket being $73.99, two-night Rock the Universe event ticket being $113.99, Rock the Universe two-park Rock Your Weekend ticket, one park per day, is a $129.99 ticket, and Rock the Universe two-park Rock Your Weekend ticket, park to park, is $174.99. We'd also get the performers being announced, being on Friday, January the 28th for King and Country, Matthew West, Rhett Walker, Jordan Felix, and Riley Clemens. Also on Saturday, January the 29th, Casting Crowns, Zach Williams, Big Daddy Weave, We the Kingdom, Corey Asbury of Bethel Music, and Social Club Misfits would be performing. Along with this, a Coca-Cola fan zone, which has DJ and autographs and other performers, a candle lighting ceremony, and Sunday prayer service will all be part of this. Now, if you do not know, Rock the Universe is a Christian music event that was originally created to directly compete with Disney World. However, as Disney World would end their event, Universal would continue theirs, and it's so far just grown and grown and grown. It was canceled last year, but we've made a return for Rock the Universe, and we're coming back with a blast. So that's everything that I found in Universal Studios Orlando this week. I hope you don't mind that I took a break, just needed it for my own sanity, and I'm actually having a lot of fun coming back on this. If you like the twists, please tell me. If you don't like them, it's also fine. But I just need to know what I'm doing. I just figured it would help me have a little bit more fun while making my videos. Also, if you have a twist you'd like me to do, of course, you can help me. And with these twists, I might be employing the help of Ace a little bit more in my videos. We'll see what ends up happening. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. That is everything I have this week. And with all of that said and done, this is Woonu signing off.